Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. They're dumping in on the count. LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Oh, hit, throw. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4.
Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore. Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. And both ends.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. As always, we will recap yesterday. First, we'll recap Saturday as well, since I didn't stream on Sunday. Saturday, we went 3-0 in the NBA. We cashed Brandon Ingram under rebounds, Anthony Edwards under rebounds. Let me just go back and give you the official plays. Very slow day for me yesterday. Just one NBA play for me released yesterday. It was Davion Mitchell under his assists, and he finished with 8. I had under 7.5. So the day before, we cashed Booker under his 6.5 assists, PJ Washington over his rebounds, and Colin Gillespie under 5.5 assists. And then 0-1 yesterday in the NBA, 0-1 in the NFL as well. I missed Trey McBride anytime touchdown, but then we did cash the Builder parlay. So 0-1 on the straights, cash the Builder. Now let's get into today's slate. I have two plays out already. A write-up out for each. If you haven't already, go show some love there. First one is, and I will add these to the banner. First one's going to be Jaylen Brown over 29.5. And then second play is going to be Steph Curry over 28.5. And I encourage you to go check out my write-up on Curry because I laddered him up to 35 points and 7 threes. We'll get more into that when we get into that game. All right, today, first game, Charlotte versus Cleveland. Those of you that have been around know that I generally don't attack games like this, specifically the spread being so wide. It is 10. Charlotte did actually beat Cleveland in the last matchup. Cleveland has struggled, specifically without Mobley. They've struggled really bad. Brent, appreciate you tapping in. Let me get my likes and my retweets out. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in on the daily. Minute or two late today, but I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Brent, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like and the retweet. One love. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Ross, I appreciate you tapping in this morning. Appreciate the like and the retweet. John, appreciate you tapping in this morning. John, reach out to me on Twitter. You are actually the giveaway winner, one of the giveaway winners. I announced it on stream. I thought you would hear it. You probably are jumping in and out. So, John, reach out to me and we'll take care of that. Okay, yeah, we're getting into today's slate, Charlotte versus Cleveland. I do have one play in this one. It's if you see me bet something like this, it's generally going to be an under. It's Jared Allen under 9.5 rebounds, minus 128 at Prop Builder, Caesars. If you have Pinnacle, there's a 124. Damn, is DK at 121? Okay, this line has moved against me slightly, or I'm due a refresh. Either of these could be possible. Okay, actually, my Props.Cash needs refreshed. Give me 1 minute. Dude, I know, but we'll talk about it. We'll look at it. His on-off actually looks worse with LaMelo. They are a bad spot-up team. We'll talk about it. Ross, I'm on the same page. I agree with you. The LaMelo stuff is confusing. You'd think with as good of a playmaker as LaMelo is, it would look better. And it's small samples, but, those are my thoughts there. So, yeah, Jared Allen, now that we do a refresh, looks like this line's actually moved a lot of places. If you have access to a Hard Rock, you can get the 120. Yeah, this line has moved a decent bit. DraftKings still at the 128, MGM 140. 140 is about the highest I would take that. And let me add that to the banner. I did forget that in the banner. My apologies. And hold on, spelled rebounds wrong. There we go. Oh, third time's a charm, maybe. Save, show. All right. So, yeah. You can see here their defense is like bad at everything, but total rebounds, fourth on the season versus centers, fourth. They do a really good job defending, rebounding the ball, especially defensively. Jared Allen, for as big as he is, and then this season, it's a small sample. We'll go this season without Mobley. 10, 12, and 3 and 6. And this was a game versus Charlotte. They lost by 8 points. It was a competitive game. I'm not sure what his foul situation may have been. 2 fouls. Yeah. So really like the Jared Allen under here. Probably going to be the only thing I play in this game. I do really like Donovan Mitchell over 29.5 points. There are plenty of those still out there. He's done quite well in wins at 10 plus this season. You see he's over in all but 2. As I said, they did lose in the last matchup, but we can go talk about Donovan Mitchell's volume. He only had 17 points, but he played 38 minutes, had 11 three-point attempts, and 24 field goal attempts. So while he was incredibly inefficient from the field, I would live with his volume. If you wanted to run over Donovan Mitchell here, I could not talk you off of it. And Cleveland's played really bad without Evan Mobley. So who's to say this game doesn't stay more competitive than 9? I wouldn't be tempted to bet this one way or the other on the spread. But, yeah, Donovan Mitchell, his threes are interesting as well. There was some like 130s, I think. Okay, not at any reasonable books. Yeah, I'd say this one's just a little too far. I guess if you have an out at Fanatics, 130 might be okay. Again, if we look at 10 plus, all but 2 again. Look, I don't love these playoff games, blowout games, especially when we're referring to overs. But I would lean over Donovan Mitchell points and threes here. Darius Garland played quite well in the last game. 26 points, 9 rebounds, hit 3 threes. Garland played well in the last matchup between these two teams. And, there's like no minutes limit on him anymore. He played 39 not too long ago. That was in this matchup. So the minute limit is gone. Numbers feel kind of inflated. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty bad pick and roll defense. King Cabano, appreciate you tapping in this morning, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Give me 1 second while I go do on the mobile app. I want to go look at Darius Garland play types versus them. All right. Also, Lonzo's RAs look good on his points cash. Something to keep in mind. Donovan Mitchell's assists as well, rebounds as well. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. He's scoring about a little over a third of his points as the primary pick and roll ball handler, and they're ranked 26th. Lean over Garland's points as well. Again, I just don't like overs in games like this where it could get out of hand, but I would lean over. Nothing on Kalkbrenner, Diabate. LaMelo, I actually want to run the under. I really want to run the under. I know Sexton is out, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's questionable. Is he doubtful? Let's go look into the Sexton stuff. Ms. Herway, appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate the like and the retweet. Book of Chew, appreciate you tapping in as well, brother. Appreciate the like and the retweet. I am going to NBA underdog. I want some more Trey Mann news. I'm sorry, Colin Sexton. Cooper Flagg and Klay Thompson are present at shoot-around. Max Christie is not. Sexton is doubtful. I thought I saw that this morning. Just wanted confirmation. LaMelo is probable. So there's no Sexton. Really no data. He sat out in the last matchup. Now, this is brother versus brother. Lat, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. LaMelo is interesting. His assists are interesting. $132 at FanDuel. Lean over his assists, LaMelo's. I lean under his points. But let me see. LaMelo Ball. So Cleveland's 15th from above the break. Although I will say in their last 10 games, Cleveland has struggled from above the break. They are second versus pick and roll ball handlers. But then they struggle versus spot up. I got nothing for you in LaMelo. Game could be a blowout. You know, I have nothing for you with LaMelo. Lonzo RAs have been kind of sneaky all year, depending on what the line's at. 3.5 is a pretty good line. Yeah, I like this 7.5, 140. Lean over. Really don't care about Craig Porter. With Donovan, with Darius. Yeah, I do lean over Lonzo Ball RAs. What did he play in the last? Did he play in the last matchup, actually? Did he play in the last matchup? Keep in mind, Charlotte does rebound the ball well. I think it falls off a little bit to guards. And I think the big man is directly correlated to theirs being able to shoot. That's why the bigs rebounds are down. Con without Sexton is an interesting idea. Let's finish the Lonzo thought. Even at 140, I lean over here. Let's go look around the market. Moneybag Tone, I appreciate you tapping in. Justo, appreciate y'all tapping in this morning. Let's have a good one. What the hell was I just going to look up? Lonzo Ball something. Yeah, I was shopping the market on his RAs. There we go. NBA props, open link in new tab. Shopping Lonzo RAs right now for everyone new tapping in. I see we got some new people tapping in. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, drop a like and a retweet. If you're on X, if you're on Twitter, just like and subscribe. Or I'm sorry, YouTube. YouTube numbers are growing. I appreciate y'all watching over there. Definitely appreciate that. Rebounds and assists. Okay, they're even juicing more. You know what? If you got a good number on this Lonzo RAs, I like the lean over. At 8.5, I'm becoming less interested, though. Trey Mann without Sexton. $35 and then 17. I wonder, that was just 2 days ago. Okay, we had a request with Kneppel, no Sexton. Yes, Ball. Why do you guys do this to me? I just wanted to mind my business and not worry about Con Kneppel. And now it looks like an absolute must-bet spot. I'm going to bet it, and he's going to have 11 points. If they could just stay competitive too, this is a good question because I would admittedly not watched a lot of their games. If I don't bet on them, I don't watch them. December 20th, he still ran 34 minutes. December 3rd, still ran 33 minutes. December 1st. And he looks like he's getting decent run regardless of regardless of the minutes played. Oh shit, Booker Chew pulled up. Chew, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's good, Chew? You got any thoughts in this game?
So I was saying this to Sosa that I'm kind of doing the same thing that Dill does with NFL, but I'm doing it with NBA. So if you go on Basketball Reference and you scroll down and you look at totals, this is LaMelo Ball's 250th career game. So I went ahead and I took his PA and his double at plus 220.
Okay, I like that. Where did you get that?
On Flip.
Okay, I like that look.
Mm-hmm. I also tailed you on Curry and Jalen.
Dude, I love them both, but that Curry look, I really think we're climbing the ladder completely on that. Any thoughts on Kneppel here?
I just know he's having everybody loves him. That's all I know.
Look up Kneppel's assists. Okay. Maybe we do go PA here. Assists with and without. Damn. You know what, Chew? Hey, chat. I'm blaming all y'all tomorrow if this misses. I'm blaming all y'all. But I am going to run this at FanDuel right now at minus 125. For a builder, what would you pair the 25? Let me get this bet, Mark, and then I'm going to hit this up. Mark, you're the other one. Neither one of you DM me. I'm glad you're in here. DM me. You are the other $25 giveaway winner. Let's get those out today. Con. Over PAs. 21.5 at FanDuel. Yeah, lock that in. I'm locking that in. And if it misses, that's on Ross and John. That ain't on me. My fault, y'all. Let me get that there. And then let me get that in the banner, y'all. And we move on from this game. Damn, I just deleted everything. You believe that? Jaylen Brown. Over 28.5 points. Oh, no, JB was 29.5, wasn't he?
Yep.
All right, we're in there. Moving on to the next game, Indy versus Boston. As I said earlier, I played Jaylen Brown's over, and he is available to play today. So just some of my thoughts here. He's been super aggressive from the field recently, averaging 22 field goal attempts per game over his last 10. This is him with 19 or more field goal attempts this season, over in 14 to 16. Is there a head-to-head this season? No head-to-heads this season. Regardless, though, I really like JB here. Really like the volume. Expect the volume to stay high. If it misses, I'll give you back the 25. That's funny. So, yeah, Jaylen Brown and Chew, you said you already ran this one. I do have some other thoughts in this one. Jay Huff, points or threes. Nemus is going to be pulled away, Queta. And he's not like great in that spot, being pulled away from the basket. Now, we are paying a premium here at 144. Again, if you have a Fanatics, that 130 is interesting. I lean over Jay Huff here. Nothing official for me in Jay Huff. I do also lean under Cueto's rebounds. Let's go last 10. 5, 3, 7. As I said, he's going to be pulled away, and I did see 9.5 this morning, but that number is juicy. It was juicy this morning. 8.5, I'm a little bit less interested, but I do lean under there as well. Money making Ron, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Any other thoughts I had in this game? I know people are going to ask me about Jordan Walsh. I can't bet on this dude. Have you bet on Jordan Walsh at all this year, Chew?
I have not.
Good. That's a good thing because he's been selling the bag for me every time I have. Mailman said, "What's up, Chew?" Trying to rob FanDuel. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate y'all for tapping in this morning. Peyton Pritchard, let's give it a look with JB in the lineup. They already pulled him off because he's been announced in. And Jordan Walsh is questionable as well. So Indy plays with like the 13th fastest pace. It's not like crazy like it was last year. I would actually lean under this. Looks like the market's moved against me though, so maybe I'm an idiot. Peyton points. Yeah, I do lean under the Peyton points. Maybe the assist as well. They probably honestly look better with JB. I know he hasn't missed many games this season. Yeah, he soared over them both without him, though. What do the PAs look like with JB this year? This game could also get out of hand as well. FanDuel's at 23.5. I mean, the market's kind of spread on this. MGM's at 21.5. Looks right to me, though. Boston Celtics. Peyton Pritchard. Points. Assists. Definitely leaning over there. Nothing official there. Definitely leaning over. Chew, what about you, man? You got any thoughts in this game before I move on to the next one? Anyone you've been?
I have nothing other than telling you on Jalen.
Okay. What are Pascal's rebounds at? He's been crushing Boston, but not the last 10. Okay. 6.5 minus 140. We cashed this in stream a couple nights ago. FanDuel's minus 148 on this line. What is Boston in rebounds allowed per game? 6th. No, that's assists. 10th in rebounds. Jordan Walsh could be out, which could be an issue. We also have a request here on Nemhard's points. Shakir, I appreciate you tapping in this morning, bro. Chew, what's your opinion on, like, do you ever bet anything that's like minus 140, or do you usually stay away if the juice is that high?
I usually stay away. So after like, I bet like minus 135 a couple times straight, but anything higher than that, I try not to.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, I've always felt that way. More this season, I've been betting more. Like, I would say I probably go up to about 150. And that's about as high as I'll go. Anything else, I feel like it should probably just like put it in a lay. You know, take like if you love a minus 200, pair it with another minus 200. But
yeah,
I've been playing up to about 150 this season, and there is a 135 at DraftKings on this under that has piqued my interest here this morning. I will say, though, in his prior matchups versus Boston, he soared over this line.
Are you from St. Louis?
Nah, man, I'm from Maryland. I'm like kind of stuck in between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I'm right in between. But I've been a Cardinals fan my whole life. When I was getting into baseball, Albert Pujols played for the Cardinals. That was my favorite player of all time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Illinois.
Who's your team? The Cubs?
Well, yeah, Cubs are, but my number one, I'm wearing it. The Bulls.
Oh, okay. Okay. Lifelong Bulls fan.
Yeah, since like '09, I've been watching them. But I was born in '95, so I'm sure at some point I was probably running around the house and my grandpa had the game on.
Right. All right, hold on, Chew. I'm playing this, and then I'm probably gonna move. No, we got some requests. I'll hit the request. Pascal Siakam under 6.5 rebounds. Yeah, I like that. I like that look a lot. Oh, sweet. Wife just brought me coffee. That's how you know you're living good. All right, we have some requests in this one. Oh, Shorty, appreciate the like and the retweet as well. Andrew Nemhard's points over. I have no clue why he only played 27 minutes in the last game. Also, what's the status on McConnell? I haven't seen anything this morning.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Chew, you play on Prize Picks, right? Y'all got that out there?
Yeah, Prize Picks underdog. Yeah, we got that.
Anyone that has a Prize Picks, I do like the Nemhard over his assists. I like it at 5.5, which is where Prize Picks is. On the book, 6.5, not so much. Points, I'm not mad. I would lean over, but I want to see him around 30, 31 minutes. So I'm not mad at the Nemhard stuff, but I like his assists actually a little bit more. I will say Jarris Walker, RAs used to be a cash cow for us beginning of the year, but this was a line we were playing at 6.5 and 7.5. Minutes have obviously dropped, so that's why that's dropped there. Matherin, someone else I made a lot of money on beginning of the year. I think he's dealing with a nagging toe injury, though. He's kind of expressed that in post-game pressers, so going to stay off of him for that reason. I'm going to move on from this game. I have two thoughts, two bets. Pascal under his rebounds, Jaylen Brown over his points. And I think I owe y'all the Pascal rebounds in the banner. Pascal under 6.5 rebounds. All right, moving on to the next game in this one. It's Dallas versus New Orleans. I believe this game's like a pick'em, like a 1-to-1. Yeah, okay. And is Cooper Flag questionable?
Cooper Flag is him and Clay and Max Christie, but I think about 30 minutes ago, Underdog said that Clay and Christie were at shoot around. So
Clay and Christie, no. What about Flag?
let me look and see if they said anything about him. Or no, I take that back. So Flag and Thompson were present. Max Christie was not.
Okay, Flag and Thompson were present. Max Christie was not. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's perfect. I'm gonna check it as well. Joel Embiid practiced today. Okay, that's everything. All right, so I'm gonna approach this game as flat with Flag and Clay both playing. AD honestly should play very well versus New Orleans today. Everybody, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm on ADPRA.
So I like it. Obviously, he played here to start his career. And they do not have a good interior defense. And he's dominated in the games where he's played big minutes, which should be tonight. Let's go 32 plus minutes, 36.5 painted number. Okay, that's the PRs. Yeah, Anthony Davis is interesting. I like the PR. I like everything. I might go just points, but I do like the Anthony Davis look too. Let me go to my model. Where do I have New Orleans right here? Let's give AD, I really think let's look at just this season. Yeah, I really think he should play 34 more minutes here. Does that sound crazy to you, Chew, or does that sound about fair?
That sounds about fair.
I agree. So what's his field goal attempts in those games? Hovering right around, what is this, 18, 17.4. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I really like Anthony Davis PRs. Not mad at the PRAs either, though. I mean, I like AD to have a night tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on from AD. That's a very strong lean that I probably add to my card at some point. You got to take away some of these outlier games. Like he should play like 32 plus minutes tonight. I know there's not a lot of games there, like with that kind of volume, but I like AD to score 25. Jeremiah Fears, how has he played last 10 since Poole's returned? Minutes are obviously down. Have these games been blowouts, though? I really don't know. Pelicans. Indy game, they won by 19. Houston game, they only won by 5, though. So this was a competitive game, an overtime game where you saw 20 minutes. Let's go Jeremiah Fears, 29 minutes. Still a pretty good hit rate. I'd stay off of the Fears stuff today. I would stay off of the Fears stuff today. PJ Washington, rebounds have cashed for me a lot, but I've been really picky on where I play this. It's got to be the 6.5, and I'm willing to pay like 140 on this, but it's got to be that 6.5 number. Chew, look how many times this man's hit 7 rebounds this year.
Wow.
Like it's either seven or 8, it feels like. So I like running his over, but it's specifically when I get that 6.5 number. Zion had 29 points in 23 minutes that last game. Should be able to play some more minutes tonight. I don't know if he plays 30, but he might.
So I actually forgot, but this is also a former team narrative for Najee Marshall too.
You're right. I forgot about that. And
yeah, I honestly like I just thought of that like maybe 20 minutes ago. I think Sosa said he likes the assist.
What do you think about them points? What do I make his points? I make his points 16, Chew. We almost gotta run this right now. Is he gonna lose minutes tonight? Christie didn't go through shoot around, right? Is there any games? There's no games without Christie this year. I'm going to look a little more into Najee Marshall. I like the points, Chew. I like the points.
If you don't mind me asking, while I'm up here, so
yeah.
Do you run just this for NBA, or do you have like a separate one for NFL?
It depends on the day of the week, like and it depends on how many NBA games there are. Like today, since there's just 5 or 6 NBA, I should be able to finish NBA and just do the NFL right after. But let's say there were 12 NBA games today. I'm not going to feel like doing NFL after. So then I'd go live at like 6. But Props sometimes or Sosa will go live at like 6:37. So I try to like keep it short so I can go to their show as well.
Oh, okay. So you don't run you don't run a show on Sundays for NFL?
Sometimes. It depends on how busy I've been that week. Like if I got shit to do. I run every Monday through Saturday noon. And then sometimes I'll run that Sunday show. But a lot of times I'm on like Sosa's show or something. We do have a request here on Marshall's points over, and that's what I'm looking at. Herb, I don't know. I think he left the game. He left the game last game, right? Have you heard anything about Herbert Jones there today, Chew?
It's just said he's questionable. He's questionable, and then obviously DeJounte Murray's still out.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until we hear about this is going to probably be a late ad for everyone that's listening.
Oh, Herb's in.
He's in?
Yeah, they just said just now he's in.
Shout outs to us not betting this yet. We're going to wait and come back, y'all, because I think we get a slightly better number on Najee Marshall now. I think we get a slightly better number on Najee. We'll talk about the Utah game. Chu, do you have anything in the Utah game?
So I actually just put this in, put a unit on it. I did a role player. I took Tim Hardaway 2.5 threes over.
I think a role player is the way to attack overs in this game. If I were to attack like a starter, I would go under. You said you took his points or threes? I'm sorry.
Threes.
3+?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. His last couple games and wins are 10 or more. He's got extended minutes. Let's go look at his recent volume. And then let's talk about Utah, who's terrible versus catch and shoot. Let's put him at 6 attempts or more this season. We're getting a plus 130 on a 43% hit rate. That's definitely good enough. Now let's go up to that 7 number and see. Now we've got 4, 5, 7, 4, a couple of 2s. I do like this. Utah is ranked, 27th, 28th? I'll look it up here real quick. 27th, yeah, 27th versus spot up, 30th versus above the break scoring, 29th versus catch and shoot specifically. I love this play, Chu. I love this play. 50% hit rate when 7 or more attempts, and you're laying a plus 130. Minutes should be up as well. Let's slot him at 24, which is super competitive. And then let's slot him here. And you can even see here his attempts are up. Yeah, I could not talk you off of that one at plus money. Like the matchup versus Utah specifically. I don't have anything in this game. I just generally don't bet these massive blowout games. And if I do one of two things, Chu. I either bet overs on role players, as you just did, or maybe an under on a star, especially if I like it with their full minutes, and then we get the chance of them running sub minutes. Yeah, so those are my thoughts, but nothing official in the Utah game. Anyone that's been tapped in with me is going to know. What's up?
I was going to say, probably going to say this a couple of times because there's a couple today. That Utah-Denver, Nurkic used to play for the Nuggets.
True. Yeah, and if you remember, they had to choose between Nurk and Jokic, and obviously they made the right decision there.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a little bit of a motivation for him there. Now, what about this OKC game? It's like a 15, 16 point spread. Again, I usually avoid spots like this. You look at this injury report, Chu.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. We're good. I know someone. Go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot. But even though he is questionable, so if he doesn't play, he gets voided. I did take Chet for his blocks only because he's 4 blocks away from 300 career blocks. So
okay, that's not a market I run very often, so I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I took his 1.5 blocks.
Okay, no, it looks good. Plus Memphis does do a lot of stuff inside the paint, so no, that makes sense. He's over in 6 of his last 9 versus Memphis. Yeah, no, I like it. I don't bet blocks very often. It's just not something that I originate, but no, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Someone did request Cedric Coward. I mean, he has played well. Let's go no jaw. Low key, let's go no Edie because he'd be pulling up them boards. Okay, but we're also getting an inflated number at 6.5. I would lean over, but we are getting a little bit of an inflated number there. TJ McConnell is officially out. Whoever requested Nemhard's over, it was probably a good play. Herbert Jones is playing. Shout outs to the guys in the chat. Shea for a 30 ball. I don't hate it. Actually, Mark requested, I think, whoever asked for the 25, 25, 25, Shea's usually a free leg there. Oh, Chet is officially out. Shout out Shakir. Shout outs to the chat for keeping me updated on the underdog shit. Okay, shout outs to that. Not going to really change my opinions on much in that game. Maybe like a Hardenstein rebounds. Is Hardenstein even playing? No, he'd been out. Yeah, no, I've got nothing on that Memphis OKC game. Should be ugly. That's what I got for you. Let's talk about Orlando game. I do have something for you all here. As you can read in the banner, I took Steph 28 over 28.5. Why did I take Siakam under? I haven't projected it about 5.78 rebounds, so a lot of it's a projection play. Also, Boston is bottom 10 in rebounds allowed per game. I will argue, or the argument would be that the head-to-head stuff looks bad, but if you look at like the last 10, definitely looks like it's a pretty decent play there. All right, yeah, back to Steph. It might not look beautiful when you look at it like this. But on the mobile app, you can see they're like near the bottom versus pick and roll ball handlers. Also, if you look at the last head-to-head, let's do without here. 34 points, 15 three-point attempts, 23 field goal attempts, averaging 22 field goal attempts on the season when he plays 30 or more minutes. 19 or more field goal attempts. He's over this in all but 3. So I took him for over 28.5. I took him for 35 plus. We were able to lay, plus 250 this morning on 35 plus. He missed it by 1 point in the last matchup. Also laddered his threes. I skipped over 4.5. We took quarter unit on over 5.5, quarter unit on over 6.5. As I said, Chu, he had 15 three-point attempts in the last one. We're doing alt numbers here. This is his straight line, 77% hit rate. Buy up 1, 62%. Buy up another, 38%, but we're laying plus 400. So laddered Steph all the way up. Volume's absolutely going to be there today. Tyus Jones. Is Jalen Suggs officially out? If Suggs is out, Tyus is the one on Orlando, right? I was looking at his assists over. Same with Anthony Black. Trey Murphy. Has to be Trey Murphy for 25.
So I got some injury news for you. So Chet is out, so that'll avoid. Clay's probable. McConnell's out, and Johnny Furphy is available.
Okay. Good looks. I appreciate that. Someone said it in the Calling Our Shots show this morning. I wish I could remember who. Shout outs to whoever did say it. I think Quentin Post is in a pretty decent spot. So I rewatched the OKC. Nope. I rewatched the Golden State versus Orlando game from earlier this season this morning. And Franz was in that game, but they like to, I don't even know if they like to or if they get put into difficult situations where they have to switch on to Steph. And I saw possessions where Wendell Carter was on Steph, Goga Padadze was on Steph. And even when they incorporate in the pick and roll, they have to play the drop because they have no other choice. And if Suggs doesn't go, the best defender for Orlando on the exterior is Sexton is out, LaMelo is a go. Yes, that is very good for our Kneppel. There we go. That is very good for our Kneppel bet. Shout outs to the chat. Anyways, what I'm saying is I like Quentin Post over points and threes. That's my long-winded way of saying I like Quentin Post over his points and his threes. He only played 12 minutes in the last matchup versus these two. Should be closer to the mid-20s today. So lean over, but not official. Also, I think Wendell Carter's rebounds could be interesting because he's going to be pulled away from the paint as well, guarding Post with Curry in pick-and-roll situations. See, this FanDuel 8.5, I like the number, but the juice at 158, like, in reality, that's probably just a fair price. And then the 7.5, I don't like it. Chu, do y'all have FanDuel your way out there in Illinois?
We have FanDuel, DraftKings.
Does FanDuel have a little your way section? I think it's in some states.
It should, yeah.
So sometimes what I'll do is I'll run like alternate unders when I really like an under. So like I might run like a Wendell Carter under 10 rebounds in that today. You know, some kind of builder lay, but the straight line I'm not so interested in. I guess we don't have any Jalen Suggs news yet, but interested to see Anthony Black. His points have looked really good without Suggs this season, over in 5 and 7. You're on his points? Yeah. I'm waiting on the Suggs news. Huh?
I'm telling Prop and Keith.
Okay, yeah. I'm waiting on the Suggs news, but I heard them talking about that as well. I do lean over Anthony Black's points tonight. John says, I've said it before, but Quentin Post points and threes data this season when 20 – yeah, no, I like – not only does the data look good at 20-plus minutes, John, I really like this matchup for him. Because, yeah, I mean, you said it. You'd like to go through the game script with me, the watching the film. Like, if you watch the film on this, he's going to be in good spots tonight. Yeah, there's 7.5s out there on his points. Rivers actually has a really good 7.5. I like Quentin Post points over. I actually might run that 7.5 at Rivers. Yeah, lean under Wendell's rebounds, nothing official, nothing on Patadze. Tyus Jones assists without Suggs. 18, 19 minutes. What's his PAs in those same minutes, Ran? Lean over Tyus Jones PAs if Suggs goes, but I want to wait on that news. Curious how Draymond did in the last matchup. Did he hit a couple threes? He had 5 attempts. Makes sense to me that he would get the attempts as well. The problem with him is, like, if he's off, like if he misses his first couple, he'll just stop shooting. But if he makes his first couple, he'll just keep shooting. What's his threes line? I think Draymond is honestly his assist too. Yeah, he had 6 in that last game. This is going to sound gross. I don't know the last time I bet on Draymond Green, but I lean over Draymond's PRAs 100%. I do lean that way. Draymond's PRAs. Someone asked for Jimmy Butler 20 ball. Yeah, I would like the 20 ball a lot better than his straight. Yeah, no, I like Jimmy at 20. 22, like the books are good at what they do. They don't pay attention to average as much as they do how often a player's around a certain number. Yeah, 22.5 is probably right where it's supposed to be, but I love him for 20 plus. Kind of similar to like a Bam last year where he's going to fall right in between kind of those 18 to 22. You're probably going to fall right in between there with Jimmy Butler. So yeah, I like the 20 ball, 20 plus for sure. What did Bane do in the last matchup? He had 23 points, 6 boards, 5 assists. Keep in mind, Franz was in this game. He's been so inconsistent. Do you have any thoughts on Bane here?
No, Bane. I know he's been stepping it up as of late, but he can be so back and forth.
Yeah, it's like he's a 30 ball or under 20. Look at his assists in this game, 4.5. I would lean over the minus 125. Yeah, I've got nothing official on Desmond Bane either. Moving on from the Orlando game, last game of the night, Detroit versus Portland. Has any Jalen Duran news came out yet?
I don't think so, no.
If, and this is an important if Jalen Duran plays, and this is going to look ugly, but I would take a Klingon PR under. But that's only if Duran plays. I think it's going to be a difficult matchup. You're seeing a depressed number here because it will be a difficult matchup. So yeah, that's a big if for me. With if Duran doesn't go, I'd want nothing to do with it. I like Stewie to hit a 3 tonight. The volume's not crazy, but he's been efficient as fuck. I was betting this beginning of the season because we were getting like minus 110s. M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. I'm sure I got a lot of likes and retweets to shout out. John, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like and the retweet. I think I am pretty well caught up, though. So I do appreciate y'all to be tapping in as the show goes on. Drew, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Let's go. Yes, sir. Appreciate you tapping in. Everything I've played scrolling across the bottom down here. I don't think I missed anything, but let me confirm that for y'all. No, Siakam's the last play. I probably won't have anything on Durant here. He's questionable with or without him. Probably no opinions. Stewie, really just the 3. Cade Cunningham. Let me go to my model and see what my projections are for Cade. I don't really remember. Leans slightly under his points, but I'd be afraid to bet it. They are a pretty decent defense, though. They're not awful.
M. Night was good.
Cade. PAs. Under 38.5. Let's look into this one a little bit more. I honestly don't want to play this until I've got Durant news as well. 20th in defensive rating, but 28th versus pick and roll ball handlers. Oh, we did have a request on Duncan. I don't remember what the Duncan request was. Was it points? Was it threes?
I think Sosa's on his PR.
That's a system play for Sosa.
Yeah. In this game, I'm on Jeremy Grant's points, former team.
You're right. He went there and balled for a season or two. I forgot about that. That was the last team he was on before them.
He is questionable, but I think he should play.
His minutes were weird in the beginning of the season. He was like coming off the bench, getting back into rhythm. 32-plus minutes this season. He's over an 8 of 11. I like the Jeremy Grant look.
And now you're Filipino?
Yeah, I do like the Jeremy Grant look. What did you get him at, Chew? 18.5?
I got 19.5.
Okay, yeah, I'm not mad at the Jeremy Grant look over there. Let's talk about
head-to-head. It's crazy. Which, speaking of the Philippines, I'll be there next month.
Is that where you're from, or did you grow up here?
I grew up here. My mom's from there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I can't talk you off the Jeremy Grant. Like you said, that head-to-head looks good. 32-plus minutes, that looks good. Probably going to be nothing official on me, waiting on a little bit of injury news. What we have for the NBA is what we're going to have for now. We're going to move over to the NFL. We've got one game tonight. Oh, we've got Saturday football next week. I forgot about that. Chew, anything in the NFL for you tonight?
I took Kendrick Bourne receiving yards.
Okay, Kendrick Bourne over his receiving yards.
He seems to pop off on prime time. And Pearsall isn't playing.
Ricky Pearsall's out tonight. Okay. What is the Colts rush defense like?
So I actually be the first time I'm maybe watching a Colts game in a minute.
Yeah, they're 4th. I knew they were good. I didn't know they were that good.
I know people were liking, well, at least one person who I know was liking CMC.
Yeah, I'm looking at his rush, maybe his rush and receiving. I've cashed his receiving yards several times this year. Struggled in the last 2. Just 1 target in the last game. I think Tennessee is really good versus running backs, though. Let me go to the mobile app here. I can see what they rank. Shakir, that's interesting to me. I feel like the answer should be a no doubt yes on the under there. But with Phillip Rivers, like, he might get 100 touches. Obviously, I'm exaggerating there, but 23, 24, 25. And then he's just got to break one for like 60. So I feel you, but I'm a little worried because, I mean, he's got the same big play potential as anyone in the NFL.
So you want to know something?
Yes, I do.
So I'm looking at CMC, and I know that the defense for Colts is top 5, I believe you said. CMC needs 126 more rushing yards to hit 7,000 for his career, and then he needs 171 more to hit 4,000 yards with 49ers for rushing.
Okay.
I just thought I'd add that little nugget in case anybody wants to do something with that information. Maybe tonight's the night. Who knows?
He's definitely trying to hit that 4,000 before the end of the year. Combat Vet, I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like and the retweet. Mark says the Russian receiving at 102 doesn't look half bad. Is that the best number we can find? Sometimes these are pretty spread out. I'm seeing a 104. Not mad at that as well. Let's go look at some receiving yards versus past RBs. Historical lines, running backs. Is that reception yards? Okay. 26 to Hunt, 31 to Smith. Bijan held to 4. That's worrisome. Gainwell, 35. They've got a great rush defense too, though. It's kind of it's a tough spot for Christian McCaffrey tonight. I feel the same way about Jonathan Taylor. What is their rush defense? Rushing touchdowns, they're 3rd. Yeah, rushing yards, they're 12th. A little higher than I thought. Pollard just had 104. Judkins 91 the time before. What was their long? It's not like they had massive long breaks either. No, I'd probably stay off Jonathan Taylor just because what's the market project his attempts at? What did I tell y'all, man? Like, he really could have 25 attempts tonight. Two field goals, I'm not mad at that. Again, it's not a market that I don't bet often. They definitely will settle for field goals. Damn, this is something I like never bet, but Indy has a pretty good red zone defense, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me do a little bit more on this. I rarely, I don't know if I've ever bet. I used to. Shout outs to my guy Jay Tuck. He was fire with these last year, and if he posted some shit, I'd bet it, but I never originated it myself. But look, this is small units. I'm running this bitch, dog. Let's run this right now. Can't tell you if I've ever ran one of these as a personal play, but shout outs, I'm running this. Where am I going? MGM at 118? Yeah. Kicker for San Fran. Reply at everyone. I forgot to post that. Yes. Yo, shout outs to my guy. I haven't bet one of those ever on stream, but there's a first there's always a first. NBA, NFL. All right, moving on from this. JT over his rush attempts. Actually, that might be sharp. The thing is what is the Phillip Rivers kept them in a game versus Seattle, who is a very good defense. I don't think they're getting just walked tonight. I really don't. What's the spread right now? 5.5, 6.
I'm getting 6.5 on flip. It was 5.5 last night.
Yeah, and they're at home. Let's shop around this JT attempts, but I kind of like it. He had 25 in the last matchup versus Seattle. I think I actually do have to run this. I think I actually do. Ross, I like it. At the minimum, it's a strong lean. Ross, this is what we're doing. And we've been crushing the NFL builders. I'm putting that in my NFL builder. That'll be one of the legs. And I'm going to correlate it. So I'm probably going to go that with Phillip Rivers under his yards. And maybe that field goal. That's going to be in a parlay. That's going to be in a parlay that I correlate. All right, let's move on to receiving yards. Jonathan Taylor's line's at 21.5, 4 last week. He did have 4 targets, though. So I want to go see what San Fran allows to running backs. Do you like anyone to score tonight, Chew?
I don't have anybody to score. I mean, yeah, I don't have
I don't
anybody
have
as of
anyone
right
yet
now.
either.
I mean, I suppose probably Kittle.
Probably not a bad look, huh?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor over his receiving yards. That might be a decent straight bet. He had 4 targets last week. They struggle versus chuck downs. We're getting a 21.5 basically painted. If this MGM is there off market, I have to go hit it. And then we'll talk about Kittle because I do think Kittle's going to have a good day. Players, receiving yards over, under, view all, over 18.5, 110. I have to run this. Now let me go shop it for everyone else. Try to give them the best odds possible, but I have to run this. Running Jonathan Taylor over his receiving yards at MGM, unless they're super off the Russian receiving. No, they're not. Yeah, I'm running this receiving yards over at MGM. The targets are going to be there, man. We just got to hope he takes one. Okay, Hard Rock's also there. Rivers is 19.5. Pinnacle is 19.5. I like the 19.5. Just try to avoid the FanDuel. Would I still play the 21.5? Yes, I would. Would I much rather have 18.5 or 19.5? Yes, I would. Cool. I like that. We did have a request on Kittle. CMC, I feel like he's in a little tougher spot. I lean over,
Yeah.
but I don't love it. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kittle. Wow.
Yeah, let's look at Kittle with Purdy this season. Yeah, and the snap share wasn't good that last game. So what have his targets been? 6, 10, 5, and 9. 5's a floor.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Kittle looks great.
Kittle actually does look incredibly good. Kittle. I'm going to run Kittle. Receptions more than yards for CMC. That makes a lot of sense. I'm shopping Kittle best price. I'm going to run Kittle. Okay, it's 66 like basically everywhere. 112 at FanDuel is the best price. And then I'm going to have to get a few plays in the banner, and we might be about wrapped up for the day. Let me get this bet real quick, and then let me get some shit out into the banner. Bam, 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 bam. Cool. All right, let me get 2 more plays in the banner, and that might wrap it. We'll go through them. We'll go through everything, though. Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 rec yards.
I'm gonna make sure to send you my number.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
Yeah, just DM it to me on X.
I got you.
Okay, we got Kittle's yards. Jawan Jennings. So king of the end zone. Tyler Warren also might look good. The longest touchdown tonight.
Oh shoot, I can't do it. I'm not verified.
I'll just DM you. I'll DM
All
you.
right.
Any thoughts on the longest touchdown tonight?
I'd say 23-yard catch to Kittle.
23-yard catch to Kittle. That's specific. Longest reception. Kittle does have the longest reception. You know what, y'all? For my king of the end zone, Bookachoo just called it. Run that. Bookachoo just called it. Kittle and longest touchdown. I like that as well. Any other straight touchdown looks? Any other requests from the group? I am trying to keep these right around an hour. We're at an hour and 5 minutes right now. So if it felt like we went through things a little bit quicker, I am trying to keep us in this 1 hour pace. You know, I feel like Jonathan Taylor and CMC are going to be popular on the king of the end zone. I do think someone like Jawan Jennings will be popular. Kittle will be popular. I don't know of any long shots I really like. You said you like Kendrick Bourne today, though. He hasn't scored all year. Is today the day?
Yeah, I took his yards.
I don't hate it, man. He might be king of the end zone as well. Like something like that could happen. I do think I'm going to wrap it up here, though. I'm going to recap everything before I do. Chew, I appreciate you tapping in. Anything you want to say to the panel?
For anybody, I mean, I think I would say about most of chat knows me, but you guys don't know me. Book 2 here. Follow me on Twitter. And yeah, if this is your guys' first time seeing me, nice to meet you. Oh, by the way, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Chew. Appreciate you tapping in. Chew is a frequent guest on the Calling Our Shots show in the morning as well, so you'll see more of his content there. Make sure you guys give him a follow. I'm going to recap everything real quick. In the NBA, we have Jaylen Brown over 29.5 points, Steph Curry over 28.5 points. I actually laddered that up, so make sure you go to my timeline and see what that full play looks like. Con Kneppel over 21.5 points and assists. If it wins, congratulate me. If it loses, blame John and Ross. I'm just kidding. Pascal Siakam under 6.5 rebounds. That does it for the NBA. For the NFL, we've got the field goal kicker for San Fran. I'm not going to butcher his name. Over 1.5 field goals made. Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 receiving yards. George Kittle over 66.5 receiving yards. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's